Today I want to give you a little bit of a Bible lesson, so let's dig in. So this morning I was reading about Noah in Genesis. I've been going through Genesis again, and I just kind of stepped back and thought about Noah as a servant of God and me as a servant of God. It had never rained before, and everyone on the earth was corrupt. In fact, there were some angels that fell from heaven and procreated with women and created a race called the Nephilim. And it says these are the mighty men of old. So these were a giant creature, but a human, just a very large human is what scholars think. And God didn't like that either. So all these things were going on the earth, and God said, you know what? I want to start over. I am done with this. And that seems not compassionate, but I thought about it like this. If I had 15 kids and they all turned out to be serial killers, I would feel like God felt. I would feel like, what have I created? I got to wipe this out and start over. This was not good. So that's what he did. So Noah was the one person on the earth that God thought would be able to save what God wanted to save, the remnant that he wanted to save, while he destroyed the earth with a flood. It had never rained before, and God gave Noah very specific instructions on how to build a giant boat. It was giant. People couldn't miss it, And he gave him very specific instructions. Use gopher wood. He gave him all the cubits, the dimensions that everything should be. And Noah worked on this. Scholars think he worked on it for 50 to 75 years. So imagine that. Everybody, all your friends, they see what you're doing. You're building a boat. It's never rained before. Why are you building this giant boat? It's taking you a good portion of your life. Nobody believes in it. And you just kind of think, he's the crazy guy, he's the Karen of the neighborhood, or the Derek, right? It's like, what are you doing, Karen? So for 50 or 75 years, he just had his own family and was building this boat. And sure enough, the rains came and God was good to his word, like he always is. 2 kinds of every animal on the face of the earth. That's a big job, right? So here's the challenge that I want to give myself and you. When the Holy Spirit gives us a nudge to help someone take in their shopping cart in the Walmart parking lot, or load a heavy thing of dog food for an elderly person, or to pray for someone, to text someone, to send some encouragement, even to volunteer for things you might be able to do from home, or short stints, of volunteer hours. When God challenged you to do something like that, compared to what he asked Noah to do, it's a little bit of nothing, right? It's just an errand. So in addition to that, I want you to remember the butterfly effect. That's when something that we do impacts someone else, and that impacts other people, and it just kind of goes all the way around the planet, right? The good things we do influence other people to do good, like the pay it forward that Starbucks was known for, where you bought the coffee of the person behind you. Those sorts of little things. Giving somebody some money at the grocery store if they're having trouble buying groceries and it's obvious, or all of these little tiny things that God asks us to do can have a big impact on people and other people and other people. So, just think about what Noah did. It impacted everyone we know, because the whole human race started over with Noah, right? So, I challenge you to be obedient to the nudge of the Holy Spirit, because in comparison with some others, we don't have it bad at all, right? Now, the chronic illness side of this is, what can you do? Okay, God knows your abilities. He's not going to ask you to go stand in the sun and do a car wash with the youth group if you're going to pass out and faint, unless he's challenging your faith. But I would say with us, the prayers of a righteous man are powerful and effective. So all the prayers we do as we scroll through Facebook and you see the words, pray for me, we'll stop and pray for that person and move on. You know, when you hear an ambulance going by, stop and pray for that accident and move on. If you pass a hospital, pray for the sick people. All of these little things that we do, they're powerful and effective. And then, you know, there are the nudges we get to share encouragement, and it's just a beautiful thing. So do your part. You become a warrior for good when you do your part for God. So I just encourage you to take the time to really listen. And at the end of the day, when you lay in bed and you're about to close your eyes, ask yourself, who did I impact today? Blessings.